Lady, call me Super Lady. So Super Lady's been rolling through the music industry this week like crazy. It's an unstoppable wave, basically like everything that G-idle actually produces and puts out. It's quite incredible because their comebacks are never the same. It's always something new. It's always a new take on something because G-idle do not hold themselves within a bracket or do not put themselves in a box, but each time it's like cultural phenomena. I'm not even talking about Wife, because Wife has been my anthem and will be my anthem for this spring for sure, because that song is, oh my god, it's so fun. But today we're gonna look at G-idle in the studio recording Super Lady. You know me and how much I love Soyeon, how much respect I have towards that girl as a singer, as a producer, mostly one of the most successful producers in K-pop industry. She's really incredible and she rarely gets her flowers. So definitely the more we talk about her being such an incredible force, the happier I am. And today we're gonna look at G-idle again recording Super Lady in the studio. It's gonna be fun. So let's get into it.
Cause got a superpower. I'm a top super lady. 근데 좀 더 편하게 불러볼게요.
I'm sorry that I'm stopping so fast, but I actually want to create a TikTok. I'm so lazy when it comes to getting into TikTok because I see all those really ravenous people there and I'm like, I cannot compete. I'm too inconsistent for this. But the way people were struggling with this tone and this note particularly, I really wanted to do a tutorial on how to actually sing this. The biggest trick and the most fascinating, like it's a hard note. There is no really one trick fits all for everybody to use, but there are ways to help this. She uses solely frontal placement and she's jumping right into her middle register, so into her passaggio. So she's not trying to belt this tone, which was a that's not gonna work. That would be really uncomfortable. So no belting for that. So she goes directly into her mix. A very simple trick on how to get into your passaggio is taking your normal speech. I am a top super lady, or I am a top super lady, and then pitch it up to that tone. I am a top super lady. I am a top super lady. And you're there. Of course, it's not easy, but that phrase is so nicely crafted to be sitting very nicely in that frontal placement. And it gets you a little bit of a fry in it. I'm a top super lady. You can get a little bit of a fry there. I'm a top. And you can also kind of choose how you want to finish that phrase. So she chose to stay in a very high intensity towards the very end of that phrase and then kind of cut it off with a little bit of a cry, which I think for that style and that type of a song is gonna fit perfectly actually. Okay, let's try it again.
Cause got a superpower. I'm a top super lady. 근데 좀 더 편하게 불러볼게요.
But the power in her frontal placement is incredible. A lot of people kind of struggle to find this amount of power when they are in their passages or in their mix, because the most powerful, of course, placement is the belt, but a lot of people tend to lose a lot of it the moment they pass their vocal break.
네. 예. super lady. 이 탑이
No, notice how she's staying in there. Really staying forward and very clean on that. She kind of rather sacrificed a little bit of a pronunciation, which is fine. Singing is not supposed to be like perfect when it comes to pronunciation all the time. We've seen, singers more variety of vowels into different vowels, so the sound would be a little bit more comfortable. You always want the word to be recognizable, so you don't want a complete mush of a sentence or a word, but you can definitely modulate those words and those vowels and the words for them to be more comfortable.
I'm a 맛이 좀 아쉽.
The most interesting thing about this is that a lot of people thought that they have to suffer for this particular phrase. It's super, super easy for her. When you have the correct placement, this is really an effortless type of singing. It's fine.
아 근데 사실 이게 삑사리는 아닌데 뭔가 갓 할 때 탁 뒤집혀서 좀 기역이어서 좀 그렇게 소리가 나는 것 같아요. 끝! 이렇게 돌려야 되는데 그러면 좀 안 예쁘긴 한데.
See, she can switch into her speech and talk normally and good. She can hit it anytime. So the placement is very familiar for her. She feels comfortable in there. For example, that's what you do during the lessons. You get into a placements that you don't normally use and then progressively get more comfortable with them and then get more comfortable singing in those placements.
다시 해볼게요. I'm good! 그 아대로 다시 해볼게요.
The G there is a little uncomfortable.
아니네.
The G can be a little more uncomfortable when you're in a frontal placement. The consonants are the most comfy because the P, O, B, and N, M, N, M, because they're just like naturally resonant in your nose. G is a little bit lower in your throat. G, G, God. So it kind of drags a little bit of that resonance towards the back, which is something that she doesn't want to do in that phrase for sure.
잠깐만요, 여기 너무 어려운데. I never die 받지 마. 너무 높다.
She's so cute.
오늘 안 될 것 같아요. 여기는 말이 안 되나 봐요. 그 눈빛은 패왕석 백이 여왕의 자질도 배디 백인 백이다 기절한 각성의 겁먹은 대표. 해볼게요. 거칠린 눈빛도 참 못됐으니까. 그 눈빛은 패왕석 백이 여왕의 자질도 배디 백인 백이다 기절한 각성의 겁먹은 대표. 될 것 같아요. 다시 해볼게요.
So kind of the funny thing is that she feels more comfortable with singing that high tone than actually having enough of attention span and energy for the rap part. So there's where you see that when you have a well-trained singer that is comfortable in their placements, that is the easier part of the whole thing. Damn.
예. 좀 두껍게 해볼게요. 예.
She lowered her larynx a little bit so it's not that bright, so she can get a little bit of a maybe more aggressive kind of vibe in her voice.
이렇게 낮게 할까요? 조금 더 간드러지게 해볼게요. 그 눈빛은. 네. 한 번만 더 해볼게요.
So like a sing into the rap.
끝인가요? 그럼 또?
It's interesting.
네.
Minnie. Oh my god, I love Minnie. She has such a good aura. She has such a sweet aura. She has the golden retriever aura, Minnie. Absolutely. Like Soyeon is like a black cat energy.
Lady, call me super lady. 뭔가 호흡으로 나오면 안 되거든요. Lady, call me super lady.
So Minnie did it with a little bit of an air, very soft, like lady. What Soyeon kind of wants is to have a little bit of a kind of like bready poutiness. Lady.
Super lady. Yes. Lady. Lady, call me super lady. 좀 빨랐어. Call me super lady. 뭔가 키읔 느낌이 좀 세게.
But I have to say that I worked in studios while singers were recording. I was doing particularly this thing that Soyeon is doing. I was helping to coach them through the recording. And I have to say that Soyeon is super particular about the final sound that she wants. From a lot of producers would be like, fine. And then they would kind of master and mix it the way they would want to and like add a little bit here and there. But Soyeon is so freaking particular about a final sound. So in her head, she has to have like a very specific idea of how she wants it to look like, and she just doesn't back down from it.
T가 좀 세게 나왔으면 좋겠어. Call me super lady.
Call me. Call me.
약간 발음이 좀 세게 하는 느낌이잖아. Call me super lady 이런 느낌.
Like all that emotional kind of like coloring in it. So it's not just about like a final sound and how it's gonna sound within the instrumentation, but all those kind of like little emotional nuances of that
Call me
sound.
super lady. 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 Call me super lady. Lady.
Call me super lady 뭐 기계처럼 Call me super lady 더 나쁘게 싸가지 없게 해줘.
Lady. Lady. Call me super lady. Lady.
끝 언니.
Good. One thing that Mimi was doing, which is really difficult, kind of effect to create, Soyeon wanted to be a little bit mechanic. Lady, lady, call me super lady. So every tone has to have like a precise length, which can be really, really difficult to get that really mechanic precision in the length and the intonation that you're getting into it. So there's no fluctuation. It's just almost like a straight line.
잠깐만 하나 둘 셋 있어 하나 둘 셋. 이거 태국어로 뭐야? 하나 둘 셋이.
하나 둘 셋. 네, 정상.
하나 둘 셋 들어 해볼게.
Super ladies. Super ladies. 하나 둘 셋.
지금 좀 착해서 하나 둘 셋.
하나 둘 셋.
어.
Oh my god, I love Minnie's voice so much. It's so sweet.
하나 둘 셋.
Minnie has the voice that I wanted to have when I was 16. Oh my god, if you could show me Minnie when I was 16, I would never recover. I would have never recovered. First of all, the visuals. Second of all, the voice. I would be the most jealous little 16-year-old thing.
괜찮은데요. 이거 킵하고
I would love her.
태국어로 한번 해볼래?
I like that she's
태국어로
trying to
1, 2, 3
include
이 능성산밖에
Minnie's
없어. 또 뭐
culture
있어?
and language.
능성사밖에.
그거 해봐.
능성.
아 근데 모르면 괜찮을 수도. 한 번 다시 해봐.
능성사.
아니 근데 언니 이 톤으로 해서 이상한 것 같아. 아니 아까 하나 둘 셋 톤으로 해봐.
Han, do, se has a little bit of a stronger consonants. While Thai, you can say that it has a very soft consonants in there. I think most of them were starting with M, but it's just from like a very, very, very quick listen.
아니 그러니까 그 성조 때문에 능 이렇게 할 수가 없어. 능 해야 돼.
아 대박.
Also, the intonation goes down. So instead of ha, do, set, you have to basically intonate on the way down. Na.
진짜? 아 그러면 톤만 높여봐. 톤만.
능성사.
한
Okay,
들어볼게.
that was more never.
능성사.
I kind of like it.
느끼하다 그거.
안 느끼하게 하려면 어떻게 해야 되는데? 그냥 느끼해? 무조건 느끼해?
아 그냥.
하나 둘 셋 한 번 더 해봐.
오케이.
The Thai version kind of wants you to be really, really soft with it. And it has a very laid back feeling, and a very romantic feeling, which I feel like in this song, what Soyeon mainly wanted is to have it, as she said, a little bit more like robotic, very like kind of edgy.
이거 해야 돼.
하나 둘 셋.
너무 시원한데? 잠깐만. 조금 약하게 해도 될 것 같아. 짧게.
하나 둘 셋.
오 됐어.
That was
끝이야.
nice.
끝.
수고하셨습니다.
아 능성삼 대박. 그러네.
Minnie's done. Who's next? Ah, Mion,
이해
my
받을게.
baby.
그래 파는 게 없거든 do you know?
지금 엄청 귀엽게 불렀어.
Listen to that support. That is not an easy thing to do because again, that is not necessarily belt. There's more mix. That's the tone. And that to have it in those free short tones, you have to utilize a lot of your support and work well with your air. It's almost like if you would kind of cut your air into 3 pieces. This is what you're doing with your air. That didn't sound good. I want to make that example, but it just sounds so wrong. So wrong every time I do it. Oh my god. Okay. Never mind. Let's continue.
할 때 더 세고 뭔가 목소리를 일단 억지로 두껍게 내볼래 좀 많이. 그냥 남자처럼 낸다고 생각하고. 그래 빼는 게 없거든 do you know? 지금 엄청 정직해 약간 그래 빼는 게 없거든 이런 느낌이야. 그래 빼는 게 없거든 do you 이 감정.
Okay. So first of all, she wanted a little bit more depth in her voice, which usually you get by narrowing the sound a little bit. So instead, you go right here, right? And the second thing is sometimes it happens very often that when you get a little bit more weight in the tone, a lot of singers start to stomp and lose all the intricate phrasing, which is what she kind of pointed out there. That's so cool. My god, those short notes and how effortless she's doing that is incredible.
진짜 나쁘게 한 번만 더 받아볼게. 진짜 성격이 나쁘다고 생각하고.
So this is a translation, so I'm not sure what they mean by naughty. I will try to assume by what she's gonna do, but I have no idea what it means like naughty. I think maybe a little bit more. What are we gonna see?
좀 세 보이게. 이제
Like a tough girl. Okay.
해볼게. 그래 빼는 게 없거든 do you know? 1B 해볼게. 입술이 다 번졌어 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게. 지금 목소리가 너무 떠있어. 너무 입술이 다 번져도 호흡이 이렇게 떠 있는 것 같아. 입술이 다 번져도 앞 밑으로 불러줘. 입술이 다 번져도 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게.
Again, a little bit more narrowness in that tone, so instead of being airy and lighter, I want to drop it. Right there.
입술이 다 번졌다 이렇게 내려와야 돼. 입술이 다 번졌다 다 번졌다.
Look how she's lowering her jaw.
밑으로
The jaw.
입술이 다 번졌다 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게. 지금 뭔가 무감정인 느낌이어서 뭔가 약간 결심한 느낌으로 불러줘. 입술이 다 번졌다 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게. 훨씬 좋은데?
That was good.
이거보다 좀 더.
It had a vibe.
입술이 다 번졌다 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게. 이게 제일 나은 거 같네.
See, I have to say that between 2 last takes, I did not see too much of a difference, but Soyeon definitely did. She has a producer brain. Like if she gives you a good direction, you know what to fix. But if you would probably sit there as a third person and she would show you 3 takes, she would see a massive difference between them, while you would be like, huh, wait, what? What? So that's Soyeon. She's genius.
해볼게. 여기 조금 자연스럽게 그냥 몇 번 잘 불러봐.
하나 둘셋 맘마세 너 언젠가 세상을 망칠 그 컵에 질린 눈빛도 참 못됐으니까
세상을 망칠 악만 찍어볼게. 너무 세상을.
I have to praise Uki in this one particularly because again those very very short tones that are supposed to be almost robotic are super difficult to balance. So try it at home and try to record yourself and you're gonna see that there's always gonna be a tiny little bit of imbalance. Your phrasing must be perfect. Like the length has to be so precise or it's just gonna it's gonna lose that kind of effect that you're going for.
망칠 악 이렇게 좀 귀여워서 그래. 세상을 망칠 악 뭔가 더 멋있었으면 좋겠어.
둘셋 Mama said 너 언젠가 세상을 망칠 악
악만 받아볼게. 악 세게.
셋 Mama said 너 언젠가 세상을 망칠 악
악 너무 약했다. 악.
I also have to say, again, I love watching Soyeon at work because I work very similarly when I'm coaching people as well. And what I noticed on her too, that she gives particular words a little bit of special treatment. So for example, if you have a word like evil or hate, she's gonna try to also portray that emotion through the voice. So she's gonna try to get that little bit of an emotional context to it through the voice as well, which that's so immaculate. There's such a next level of work on performance and on the vocal performance that it's
세상을 망칠 악
오케이 뒤에 해볼게.
it should trigger something in you.
아 지금 너무 착해. 더 나빠져야 돼. 너무 지금 귀엽고 착해. 커 말고 그 컵에 그업에 질린 겁에 찔린 거의 찔로 해줘. 겁에 질린 눈빛도
Those consonants.
겁에 완전 좋았어. 힙합해.
언젠가 세상을 망칠 그 겁에 질린 눈빛도 참 못했으니까
눈빛도 아직도 안 해. 눈빛도
For this kind of short pulsations that they're going for, your biggest salvation are the consonants. Because vowels are very lousy. They are hard to lean into in a short kind of span. So your consonants is what gonna help you so much. So you do want to lean into them. You want to have them very, very sharp.
눈빛도
눈빛도.
오 맞아.
세상을 망칠 그 겁에 질린 눈빛도 참 못했으니까
처음부터 해볼게. 앞에부터.
왔어.
사비.
왔어요.
길이 타본 적도 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게
들어볼게.
길이 타본 적도 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게
Cannot really keep her attention span for more than 5 seconds. She's like this kitten she has on her t-shirt.
제가 아침에 양파 먹어가지고
불길이만 받아볼게. 불길이부터 좀 더 에너지가 있었으면 좋겠어.
What a cutie.
답은 이렇게 더.
길이 타본 적도 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게
너무 잘해.
A little bit of a cry at the end of the sentence. Usually you're going to utilize more the kia.
들어볼게.
양파 냄새 너무 나요.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know.
좋은데? 뒤에 해볼게.
So freaking adorable.
뛰어들 테지 더 뜨겁게 독하다 해 That's my name
좋아. 뜨겁게
Yeah, that's a little strange.
독하다에 이거 킵할게. 길이 타봐. 이거 한번 다시 불러볼래?
길이 타본 적도
이렇게 불러야 돼. 뛰어들 테지 더 뜨겁게.
I like that she first addressed the first part of the sentence before she started to resolve her kind of problem with the upper tones, because you still at the end of the day you're going to fix upper tones. You're going to completely forget that you wanted to fix anything at the beginning of the phrase.
에너지가.
뛰어들
뛰어들 테지만 받아볼게.
뛰어들 테지 더 뜨겁게
잘 불렀어. 독하다의 That's my name 해볼게.
어디?
독하다 해부터 That's my name 뒤에까지.
테지 더 뜨겁게 독하다 해 That's my name I never found
That's my name 더 길게.
The frontal resonance is out of the one. That's my name. That's my name. You can hear that in that placement, a little bit of nasality comes through. One thing that you don't want to do, which a lot of people do when they find their frontal placements, also frontal placements is one of the first things in it. Like if you want to learn singing quickly. So if they have like training idols 6 months That's their vocal training. That's it. You're going into the world. That's kind of the first thing that they teach, because you can get there in 6 months in like a solid state, let's put it that way, right? But the issue is that when you close that frontal resonance, that nasal resonance too much, you're going to start to sound like a Mickey Mouse. You don't want that. But notice how many people have that issue. And it's because that short training do not start to actually develop that and get a little bit of a space into that frontal resonance. So, you can still hear the resonance that is forward and it's slight nasality, but you can hear that the tone is much more open.
너 그 고개 숙여서
Still pushing it a little bit from Gold's face.
저 앞으로 나와서 불러야 돼.
뭐지?
고개 숙여봐. 아니 고개 말고 아예 몸을 숙여야 돼. 더 숙여야 돼.
This is a very old trick. It's a very well-known one. And it literally, if you tilt your head forward, you can feel the tension, the blood rushing here towards your sinuses. So exactly where you should be placing your tone. That's where everything kind of concentrates.
그래서 고음을 불러봐. 내가 알려줄게. 그냥 이렇게 부르면 돼.
신기한데? 뭐야?
여질 재지 더 뜨겁게 독하다의 that's my name. 이렇게 머리를 위로 가게 해서 불러.
여기?
머리를 위로 가게.
뜨겁게 독하다 해 that's my name.
That was still from the throat.
아예 숙여버려. 이렇게 이만큼 숙여봐.
That's my name.
그렇게 나와요.
That's my name. That's my name.
You don't have to do all that. It's a fun little trick that you can do. It works. But also there are so many other like sounds that you can do, like wow, 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 or bow, bow. So there's a lot of variety of ways to get into that frontal resonance. Some people find it easier. Some people struggle with it. So it takes a little bit of a time for them to find it, because it's a little bit more intricate. It's not a chest resonance. Chest resonance is massive. The frontal resonance can be very, very out there, but sometimes it can take people a little while to find it.
오, 신기한데.
But she's incredible. I love her so much.
오, 되는데?
That's my name.
아니면 좀 웃어봐.
That's my name.
더 웃어. 광대 올려.
She's opening it very nicely. So instead, that's my name. That's my name. Which would be so constricted. That's my name. She's really sending that sound out. Okay, he's doing well.
더 웃어. 지금 아래로 계속 입이 떨어지고 있어. 보기에.
That's my name.
너무 잘하는데?
더 뜨겁게 독하다 해 that's my name.
이거야.
See, once she founds it, it's fine. It's much better. And as long as she's holding into it, she's fine. And the problem is to realize that you are, first of all, like to be able to understand that, oh wait, I'm straining. This is not good. That's why I'm encouraging people to record themselves a lot and listen to themselves. First realizing that you're doing something wrong, which in her case was straining, and then know the method to let go of that and to know where you need to go from there. So to which technique you need to switch to.
좋아. 뒤에 해볼게. I never bow. 좀 뭔가.
I never bow.
너무 잘하는데?
Nice. She gets the placement now, so she's fine.
I never bow my way. Yeah.
My way. 이거 너가 에로 하면은 더 목이 다치고 왜로 해야 열려.
Way.
맞아.
As I said before, the is very restricted and closed. Way. Much better, much open. So usually we want to do for the open vowels, kind of like think about wow or way. So that's going to help you to really drop the jaw, open the tone into a nice open vowel.
That's my name. I never bow my way. Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
짜증나.
The baby.
뒤에
Oh, she
follow
looks so
ladies
pretty.
이거 해볼게 2절에.
Super lady, lady, lady. Follow ladies, I want ladies, super ladies.
너무 약해. 엄청 세야 돼 더.
That was very sweet. It was like, come on, ladies. Onward, ladies. She was just so sweet.
Follow ladies,
Better.
I want ladies, super ladies.
더 세게.
Follow ladies, I want ladies,
She needs that
super
attitude.
ladies.
완전 좋아요. 킵하고 더 세게. 더 래퍼처럼.
Follow ladies, I want ladies, super ladies.
힘이 생겼어.
Nice.
우와, 힘이 엄청
The hand
좋은데
works every
진짜
time.
힘만 있어요.
The hand
멋있게
movement
더
and
굵게.
visual cues are so important.
Follow ladies, I want ladies, super ladies.
끝. 슈에나.
Notice how having an impact on the first word really changed the whole word, whole vibe. Onward, ladies. Follow, ladies. So that first impact is kind of dictating the strength of the rest of the phrase.
끝났음.
Oh, it's such a short
물론
recording for Shua.
요리하고 나머지 멤버 화이팅.
Oh my god. How are their how are their hairs just so healthy? It looks incredible. I cry in my
웃어
curly,
보이게 거칠게. 거기 먼저 봐.
horrible
누구보다 멋지게.
hair.
웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name. I never go my way. Yeah.
So you see the main singer, the legend, she went into the way immediately. She leaned into it. She knew what to do with that phrase straight away. She knew that she has to drop it, and that is more not in the with way, but way with all that width and all that narrowness as well. So space for that tone, multi-dimension.
지금 너무 다 끊어 불러. 웃어 보이지 이렇게 되거든. 들어봐봐 한번.
누구보다 멋지게. 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name.
어의 밴딩을 줘. 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게 밴딩.
웃어 보이지.
맞아 맞아.
웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독한.
지금 너무 목을 잡는 느낌으로 세죠. 웃어 보이지 이렇게 써 보이지로 해줘.
웃어 보이지.
근데 웃어
Good. There's a little bit of a throat modulation. Right there.
보이지 이렇게 목으로 잡으면 안 돼. 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게 이렇게.
멋지게. 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name. 안 해.
See, a lot of people are always connecting modulations, like especially throatal, like glottal modulations, with something inherently wrong. It doesn't have to be if it's, if it's not straining you, or like there are countless problems that can come with incorrect modulations, right? Especially in the long run. But there are modulations that are fine. They're just there for an effect. They're short. They're fine. They can be utilized, like a lot of singers are utilizing modulations in the throat.
보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name. 안 해.
That's my name 좀 확 올라가야 돼. 독하다 해. That's my name.
웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name.
뒤에 해볼게.
독하다 해. That's my name. I never go my way.
언니 여기
That kind of flip is so pretty.
한번 더 받을게.
You can work with your ears so well there.
웃어 보이지 더 거칠게. 독하다 해. That's my name. I never go my way. Yeah.
Kind of that jump allows you to reconnect really powerfully for that slide down. Damn. I'm just slowly realizing as listening to it a little bit more carefully how well she composed this song for the phrase to be really like powerful. And when people hear it, they're like, wow, that's incredible. And it sounds very, very difficult, which if with improper technique, it is very difficult, or maybe even impossible. But with the proper technique, it is very comfortable for the singer. So it is actually very, very nice.
전체적으로 너무 뒤집혀 있어서 뒤집는 거 없이 에너지만 좀 셌으면 좋겠어.
웃어보이지도 거칠게 똑하다 해 That's my name I never bow my way yeah.
Yeah, she didn't want the cry there, so it's just purely stylistic.
거기부터 해야 될 것 같아. I never die 봤지? I never die 봤지? I'm a super lady I never die 봤지? 봤지 모두 팔로우.
I never die, buddy. It's such a cool tone. I never. You can find it very, very simply. As I showed you at the beginning of the video, again, it sounds insanely high, but if you get in that space, it gets so much easier. That part is difficult because you have to support it so nicely for it not to feel that it's just desperate. Yeah, you don't want it to sound too classical. It has to keep that really sharp, edgy energy. It's also if it would be it would be slightly easier. It's still really nicely open vowel, so that's fine. But you're mostly adding that air for you to be able to get that cry there. I would have to be much louder, which I cannot be in this flat. Ooh. Welcome back, Minnie.
언니 1A 해볼게.
Boy 그렇게 pick it 어서 우리 love 따윈하게 뻔뻔 여기 what 잡이 따윈 없어.
That sounds so good with her voice. Soyeon has one good thing. She knows how to write for Minnie. She knows how to write for every member. Like at the end of the day, she knows how to bring the best out of them. But when it comes to Minnie's voice specifically, oh my god.
좋은데? 잘하는데? 대박. 여기서 좀 더 느끼하게 좀 할 수 있어. Boy 그렇게 pick it 어서 이런 느낌으로.
She wants a little bit of a cursive.
Boy 그렇게 pick it 어서 우리 love 따윈하게 뻔뻔 여기 what 잡이 따윈 없어.
너무 좋은데 이거 힙합.
I love that she has a sweater from Uki on. I think it's the same sweater actually.
그냥 몇 번 가보게 좋은 거 고를게.
Boy 그렇게 pick it 어서 우리 love 따윈하게 뻔뻔 여기 what 잡이 따윈 없어.
여기서 조금만
That's so good. Oh my god, it sounds amazing.
Boy 그렇게 pick it 어서 우리 love 따윈하게 뻔뻔 여기 what 잡이 따윈 없어.
끝이야. 그랬어. 끝?
수고하셨습니다.
Call me super lady.
They free, huh? And there we have her, the cutie pie.
막는. 날 막는. 막는 아니고 막는.
She's so specific about pronunciation.
날 받을게. 날 멋있게 나와야 돼. 날. 좀 멋있게 해볼게 더. 좋은데? 뭔가 쓸 할 때 뭔가 칼로 딱 베는 느낌이었으면 좋겠어. 좀 더 스에 더 세야 돼. 지금 너무 약해. Slay it.
Soyeon on her consonants. it's a very good advice that she's given her. Again, with a very specific, precise phrasing, which is, for example, in this song, kind of key component. Consonants are going to be your helper. Slay.
뒤에 해볼게. 영웅은 여기.
남자들을 보는 가시 억소리는 그 사치 용을 제어가면 흔들릴 틈 없이 ready to shoot
엄청 잘하네. 좋아, 한
Good
번 더
job.
잘했어.
그 사치 용을 제어가면 흔들릴 틈 없이 ready to shoot
이번에는 조금 속삭이는 느낌으로 할게. 영웅은 조금의 흔들릴 틈 없이 이렇게 숨으로.
사치 용을 제어가면
The aggressive whisper is one of my favorite rap techniques. I never thought I'm going to say a sentence like that. But honestly, the very aggressive, like if you look in like a K-pop industry, like boy groups usually use it much more, right? There's like an aggressive whisper rap. I'm like such a fan of it.
흔들릴 틈 없이 ready to shoot
Ready to shoot 좀 목소리 다르게 했으면 좋겠어. 틈 없이 ready to shoot. 갑자기 이렇게 세게.
Like back to the little,
shoot
해볼게.
ooh, that was nice.
용을 제어가면 흔들릴 틈 없이 ready to shoot
그럼 슈아 끝. 끝.
It sounds good,
슈퍼레이디.
but we know how it sounds. We heard it.
어제 수전 녹음 끝났어요. 오늘도 화이팅하고.
If you haven't heard Super Lady yet, what are you doing? Which rock are you hiding under? You've got to get out. You've got to give it a listen because it is really, really incredible. I profusely enjoyed this recording. I love to see G-Idle record in a studio. I generally like to watch bands record in a studio, but with a G-Idle, it's double the pleasure because of Soyeon. Again, give her the flowers. She's incredible. Producer, a coach at the end of the day because she's doing a very good job with, on one hand, being very stark, but at the same time, really, really motivating towards the members. And I think everybody's just, she's giving so much away and the members are benefiting from it so much. So it's really cool to see them at work. But if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here is the video that YouTube actually recommends for you. And here is the rest of my K-pop reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.